Alrighty guys, welcome back to another 1.17 update video. This one, not a snapshot, just 1.17 so far. So we're going to talk about all of the updates that are supposed to be coming, the forgotten ones, and the ones that we've gotten so far. So let's jump into this. I am super excited for a lot of these updates. Features, and as I'm sure you are. So, blocks. There's a lot of new block types and variants and all this stuff. That should not be growing, but it's budding amethyst, so it will grow. But, blocks. So, all the copper variants, as well as the waxed version. You cannot wax this version right here. The oxidized, there's no point in it, because that's the farthest it can get anyways, so you can only wax the first 3 of each different variant. And then they will not change, but then you can take an axe to them and turn them back into the non-waxed version, and if you get oxidized versions, you just put a lightning rod on it and turn it back into a previous oxidized version. So there is ways to now get it back to its original state, or you could even break it down into copper. I don't remember if that works or not, if you can break it down into the copper ingots and then just turn it back into. I don't think it should, but it's possible it might. I'm not 100% sure on that one. And then we've got our deep slate and all of its variants. There are so many, guys. We've got the 2 different types of deep slate, the cobbled and non-cobbled. We've got the smooth bricks, the cracked variants, the what are these? Tiles, that's right. I couldn't remember if they were like slabs or something. Well, those are obviously slabs. But tiles, the cracked tiles, the chiseled, all the stair variants, and the wall variants, and slab variants. So, wow, lots of different things. But it also has the invested variant with the silverfish. So, there's a lot. But then we've got smooth basalt, which kind of crazy, kind of cool, but that we've got a new variant. The tuft and calcite, we've got the 2 different amethysts, budding and not. We've got the drip stone block, the rooted dirt moss, and the snow block, and our tinted glass, which doesn't let light through, but you can still see through it, which is really kind of cool, and it will be great for mob farms. Like, you can see everything that's going on without having to, poke a hole into it and light it up. And then 2 changes. We've got the ores itself have all updated, except for diamond, really. I mean, it's got a little bit more of a texture, like color difference on this one, just because they added some darker spots here and there compared to some of these other ones, just to add a little bit more, like, I don't know, just it looks nicer. So it's like, if you look at this right here compared to this, there's a few extra blue spots. Those 2 right there and there are not in this one down here, just to give it a little more character. But then we have the 2 variants. We've got the deep slate variant of every single type of ore and the regular stone variant. Obviously, you're not going to find coal, copper, and emerald in this deep slate, but they did it for creative mode purposes. So it's nice to have all the different ores. Well, and that's kind of it for blocks as of right now. Items. So we have a lot of new items. First off, we have the glow frame, which is being used for all of these. If it's nighttime, the items will glow. Makes it really nice. We have our dripstone, the actual pointed dripstone. So this is the one that hangs and then can get bigger and then falls. So kind of fun. And then we've got our glow ink sac, which comes from our new mob. We'll talk about that in a minute. We've got our bundle, which is really kind of cool, that we can put stuff in it. I always forget how to do it, but you right click and they'll pop in there, and then you can right click to pull things out. Kind of fun. Then we have our spyglass, which I think is super cool. I love that they changed it to a square when it used to be circle. It makes things more Minecrafty, if you will. Like, it definitely is a fun thing to use. It's like Optifine, but in actual vanilla Minecraft. It's a bright sun. Then we have all of the different, amethyst budding levels all the way up to the cluster, which all grow on the budding amethyst we talked about and was already growing them. So you can only get the shard from the full grown one. So just keep that in mind. Don't break these ones to try and get this. You can only get this one. As well as, do not break a budding amethyst. It will be gone forever. And once again, our powdered snow, but this one's also an item because it's a powdered snow bucket. The only way you can pick up the powdered snow block is in a bucket. So it's kind of fun. And then our lightning rod. I'm excited for these. And this is the way that you can turn the copper back to non-oxidized versions. I think that the lightning rod should also oxidize. I think that would be really cool. I mean, it's made out of copper, why wouldn't it? And I think it should oxidize, and then once it gets struck by lightning, it'll revert back to this copper form. I think it should oxidize. I think that would be really kind of cool. And then the candles, all of these different variants. I believe there's 16 colors, and then there's white and black. Because we got 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17? There's actually 17? Oh, maybe it's 17 colors and then just a regular candle. Or 16 colors and then a regular candle. So, lots and lots of candles. But that's pretty much it for items. Let's pop over here to plant. There's a lot of new plant features and updates to this. First off, obviously this is oak wood. They haven't come out with a new wood type for the azalea trees that have the azalea leaves, but who knows, maybe they will. But for now, it uses oak. Then we've got the two different azalea bushes, the flowering and non-flowering, whereas we still have the flowering and non-flowering azalea leaves. Kind of fun. The spore blossom, which will leave spores everywhere. I mean, look at it. It's all the way over here. Broken water. Interesting. Still a thing in 1.17. We've got the moss carpet, which I absolutely love. I wish you could stack them, though. Not just stack on top of each other like that. I wish they could stack just maybe like snow, stuff like that. Then we have the actual moss block, which makes it nice. So, I mean, it's pretty similar to dirt, and then you don't have this. So, again, another Optifine feature. But then we've got the hanging roots, which will be found underneath the azalea trees, underneath the rooted dirt. Kind of a fun one. I do like that. And then, of course, it can be bone mealed to one block over. All of that. We've got our drip leaf, which will drop at a much faster rate than it did before. Our small drip leaf, which you will find in water on top of clay, usually. And this is the way to get the large drip leaf. They can be bone mealed, the large one can at least, not the small one. And so, more use for bone meal. We've got our glow lichen, which can also be bone mealed one block at a time. It'll only go to the blocks next to it, and it glows, just like the name suggests. If we put one over here, it'll glow. Just a hint, but it does glow. And then we've got our glow berries, which is another thing you can eat, which is really kind of fun. But it also creates a vine. And when you bone meal, it goes into this berry. So, kind of fun. But that is pretty much it for the plants so far. I don't know if they'll add in a new wood type, but it would be cool to see. We have our redstone. Yeah, pretty much it. Skulk sensor. I mean, there's been some updates and all of that to redstone, but for the most part, this is the new add-on, which is a massive add-on. I'll give you that, but that's the only add-on. So, moving on, we've got mobs. So, mobs so far that have been introduced to the game. We have our bucket of axolotl, which comes in 4 different colors. If I can get the other one. There he is, the other guy. Hello. And we have our glow squid, which the axolotls will kill. Just saying. And that is how you get your glow ink sac. Just like that. So, those are the 2 mobs so far, but as we all know, there's another mob coming, and that is the Warden. The Warden has not been introduced into the game, and will probably be one of the last things to be introduced. Now, if we come over here, we have changes to 1.17 that weren't originally here, so 1.16 things that have been updated. Namely, this door. The jungle door has been redesigned for the inventory slot because it did not match the actual jungle door. We have basalt now has its smooth variant. I know it's a new block, but it also is a change. The ores, every ore, including diamonds for the deep slate, have had a slight change or a big change to them. Diamond is still the original texture, but there's a slight difference to the original texture in the deep slate version. And the clock got an updated look. It looks a little nicer, I think so at least. Then we've got caves. Obviously, this is 1.17 Caves and Cliffs update. The caves are very different, as well as mountains. If you are in Bedrock Edition, you already have mountains. Java Edition, they're not getting them quite yet. Eventually, they'll merge the 2. I believe Bedrock is now getting caves, so Java should be getting mountains pretty soon. So yeah, these are kind of the changes, but one of the biggest one is the height limit is now 320 blocks tall. And some of you are going to hate me, but the depth is negative 63. Yes, it is negative 64. But you can't go beneath this block in survival. So I'm saying it is negative 63. Because you just can't. And these are the new caves, or at least some of them. Really, really nice. I like them a lot. There's a lot of caves that I hit going down this thing. So yeah, these are the changes so far. If we pop over here, these are the things we're still waiting on, / the things that, well, honestly, kind of gotten forgotten, it seems. The community doesn't talk about them too much, but mobs, if you are in 1.17 on Bedrock, you already have goats because you got the mountain update. But Java, we haven't gotten goats yet. So we're still waiting for goats. As well as both are still waiting for the Warden, which we talked about. And then Java, we're still waiting for our mountains, which we talked about. And both are still waiting for the Warden chambers. Now, something that I believe a lot of people forgot about: archaeology and pots. So we have brushes that will brush away like sand and gravel, stuff like that, that will expose diamonds and other little potted pieces. And then the pots itself you can put back together and kind of create what used to be a long time ago. So these worlds used to be civilizations, if you will, of people that have been forgotten, and now we're getting these little pockets here and there that have archaeology in them. And I think it's really cool, and I think it's kind of sad that nobody really talks about them too much. I've got different photos here and there that I'm popping up on screen of them, and just kind of the things that we've seen so far, but we haven't gotten any of those updates. We're still waiting on a lot of things for 1.17. It's definitely not coming out yet, because it said summer of 2021. We're getting pretty close to summer. I mean, it's already spring. It's the end of March. We're in April, basically. And yeah, so we're getting close to summer of 2021. They have a lot to do still, so maybe it'll be late summer of 2021. But these are the changes: mobs, redstone, items, blocks, the stuff we're still waiting for, and the plants, all in 1.17. Obviously, there's a lot of little detailed changes, such as redstone has a huge updates and changes to it, and just kind of stuff like that. But this is 1.17 so far. So guys, I hope you did enjoy, and let me know down in the comments what you think should be added next. What should they add to the game next? And did I miss anything? Was there something that's been added or changed in 1.17 that's huge that I just completely missed? Let me know. So, alrighty guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you did enjoy. I really like this world. This is Spawn right here, these little islands, and I think we might be doing something in the future in 1.17 with this seed. So, I will give that out later date, but thank you guys so much for all that you've done, and we'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you wouldn't mind, hit that bell icon. It really does help you hitting those buttons for me. They help a lot, and it's fun to see our community growing. Let's put a goal on it. We're at 45 subscribers now. Let's get 100 by the end of this year. That would be amazing. I can't wait to see it, and I can't wait to see all of you guys in the 100 subscribers. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye. Thank you so much.